family, friends, and loved ones. I'd like to begin by thanking each and every one of you for being here on this most happy of days.
Daniel, it's hard to describe how overjoyed I am to be standing here with you and how awed and lucky and joyful I feel that it's you that I get to be up here with, celebrating everything that has brought us here and all that's to come. I feel so deeply lucky to have found you and to have loved you and been loved by you for so long. Even though we were so young, I still remember all the many moments when I first started to fall in love with you. It was on our unofficial first date, how you held the door for me and returned both the trays after we'd finished eating pizza at the Dobie. It was when we first decided to hold hands before we were even actually dating because we were just cold when we were on UT campus together. It's when you told me as we sat there at night on that same campus, hugging one another, that if two people are with each other and they're close enough together, their heartbeats can sync up, and ours did. It was discovering all the movies and games and books we both liked, finding all the worlds real and imagine where our hearts and our minds could meet. Since those first days, we have lived together and apart, traveled the world together, adopted cats together, road tripped across the United States, learned new languages, started and left multiple jobs, made many new amazing friends, grown hair long and cut it short, cooked up many late night snacks, taken care of each other when we were sick, and lived our daily lives together. Of course, that time wasn't always easy. This just deepens my appreciation for what being with you has meant through all these years. Throughout all this time, you've always supported my dreams, goals, and interests, my growth as an individual, even when it meant being apart, even when it meant it brought uncertainty and hardship. Whether I was one room away or many miles away from you, I could always feel your support and your regard and genuine excitement for all that I care about and want to learn and to do. In many ways, being together through all these years, we've grown up together. I feel that together, we have not only loved one another, but learned to love and about love in all the ways that it can be. I've learned with you and from you that love can be many things. It's the way you fill our home inside and outside with plants, surrounding us with beauty. It's the way that you plant hydrangeas because you know they're my favorite flower. It's your love for our cats and our house and nature. It's the way you look at me. It's the way you smile at me. Our conversations about anything and everything, sometimes very late at night. It's you reading my stories or telling me about the newest game you're working on. It's the way we rarely pass a day together without laughing. The joy and ease we feel when we're together. It's all the ways you seek to connect with me and feel close to me every day. It's also the way that challenges we face become opportunities for us to grow, both individually and together. It's a deep willingness to work on ourselves, on our relationship, to grow and adapt and change. Your love is generous and understanding, devoted and joyful, and it's perhaps one of the biggest gifts life has ever given me. And so, I wish to always honor that love for the rest of our lives together. There are many things I want to promise you, but most of all, I want to promise to be open, to be curious, to be connected, to grow with you, and to love you. I promise to keep my heart open to the gifts of love you give me every day, big and small, to the sweetness of your love in all the ways you show it. I promise to be vulnerable even when it's scary, to be willing to see things another way, to heal in times of hurt, to take in the kind words you say and take care of them within my heart. I promise to be curious, to keep getting to know you, myself, and us, to seek connection and closeness with you, to create a place where you can be safe, be yourself, and change. To remember, even in times of difficulty, to follow the path of empathy, compassion, and love. I promise to treasure you, to honor and be present to our love, your love for me, and my love for you, to live with a sense of the remarkableness that is you, and that I get to be with you. Thank you for all that you are, and for all that you have given me and keep giving me. I'm so excited to marry you. I love you more than I can say.
I didn't know what it was gonna, I don't know, I've been imagining what it was gonna be like for you to walk up down the aisle for so long, and it's one of those funny things that was built up so much in my mind and yet somehow exceeded expectations. Zoe, you're such an incredible person. I'm so proud of everything you've accomplished. Creatively, academically, professionally, personally. You have a stronger work ethic than anybody I know. I love how hard you always try to do the right thing, and how willing you are to put effort into all of your relationships, not just ours, but basically everybody you know. I'm always touched by your love of animals, even if it does make watching nature documentaries a total sob fest. I learned so much about myself, about the world, about relationships, about love, just by being with you every single day. I wanted to include some kind of like funny anecdote about us, you know, from one of our like travels, or maybe something from high school or something. But there was just too many to choose from, and pretty sure everyone's heard them all by now anyway. While I was rewriting my vows today at 11:30, the thing that kept coming back to me was not those big public events, but rather the little ones, like you falling asleep on my chest every time we try to watch something together, or paddleboarding to our favorite beach to watch the sunset together, or running errands together, even though it really only makes sense for one of us to go, just because we like riding in the car with each other so much, or hanging out on our porch into the night with Red and Percy. One question that I've been trying to answer myself is, what does getting married mean to me after we've been together for so long, after such a long relationship? And I spent a long time writing these vows, not starting at 11:30 today, but long before that, trying to find some analogy that like captured that for me. And, you know, there's lots of stuff people says, things like starting a new chapter, embarking on a journey, and those aren't wrong. Like, that is true, but it didn't like really capture what it was for me. You know, like, what does it mean for me to make a commitment to you here and now? I don't have the full answer yet, but something clicked for me last week actually, during one of our conversations. And for me, what it means to be here for you today, in part, is this is an opportunity. This is an opportunity that I've been given by our families, our friends, the people who work to make all the details of the day come together, the people we love, people who love us, giving me the chance not just to reaffirm my love to you, but to celebrate it. To commit to you, and to commit to a relationship full of wonder, full of adventure, full of hard work, full of joy. Zoe, I love you with my whole being. I treasure every moment we have together. You make my life so much richer than I could ever have on my own. Thank you for being my best friend, my partner, my love, the person I want to spend the rest of my life with. I love you.
Do you take Zoe to be your wedded wife? Will you love her, comfort her, honor and keep her, so long as you both shall live?
I do.
Zoe, do you take Dan to be your wedded husband? Will you love him and comfort him, honor and keep him, so long as you both shall live?
I do. Daniel, I give you this ring as a daily reminder of my love for you.
Zoe, I give you this ring as a sign that I choose you to be my partner to the end of my days.
Because you have pledged your love to each other by the virtue of the authority vested in me by the laws of the state of Hawaii, I now pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss.
I like to joke that he's dropped out of every school he's ever been in. And that's not strictly true, but it's close. And I think it's made him a better person and a better intellectual, better thinking person. He's figured it out. One thing that's been a constant is Zoe. People say that when someone gets married, the bride joins the family. Zoe joined our family, what, over 15 years ago? She's also a very special person. She has a powerful intellect. Evan Smith, who used to be the editor of Texas Monthly and was the founding editor of the Texas Tribune, told me that Zoe was probably one of the brightest people that had ever worked for him.
Zoe and Dan, with their awareness and grace, they will make their marriage part of its noble evolution. Here is to Zoe and Dan, to all the futures, chosen or not, known or unknown, that are made possible only because of your choosing each other. To Zoe and Dan.
To Zoe and to the spirit that dwells between my daughter and me. You are forever my favorite daughter. You're my forever daughter. I can only love you more than I do now, never less. As different as we are from the actual characters in the book, you are my Cosette. And as long as I am here, and forever after that, if you ever find yourself alone in one metaphorical woods or another, carrying some heavy bucket of woe, I want you to feel the heaviness lifted at least a little by the spirit that dwells between you and me.
Thank you so much, Jeffrey, Linda, Dad. That was incredible.
Thank you all so much for being here. We're going to thank you more in depth and at length tomorrow. But we are so, so happy to see you all. We feel so loved. Thank you all three so much for those speeches. And yeah, let's just have a beautiful time together and celebrate together. And thank you so much for everyone who made this happen as well.
Yeah,
thank you.
Absolutely.